You got a basic introduction to global colors and global fonts and how you could come up with your own color scheme for your site. Now we want to apply the settings I already provided to you. So going forward, if you do not have your own brand colors and brand style, I recommend to copy over the settings I provide to you in my Google Doc. So before we start, there's one important step now please that you should follow. In your WordPress dashboard, go to Elementor settings, and make sure that these two settings, disable default colors and disable default fonts, are deactivated. The checkbox should be emptied. If it is not empty, unselect it and click on Save Changes, please. Okay, now that you have done that step, we can apply our global colors and global fonts in Elementor, and going forward we will work with these values in our example project. So I already created before a homepage new. I saved it. This page is still empty. So I click on Edit with Elementor. And the page shows up. If you have the site title up here, again, you can remove the site title if you click on Page Settings. And by pressing this little button here, Hide Title should be to Yes. Okay, now switch to Site Settings. In the top left corner, click on Site Settings and go to Global Colors. And if you have a fresh install of Elementor, these values might look something like this. You have a primary, secondary, text and accent color set, which are default values by Elementor. Now, if you open my Google Doc, the link again is down in the text. Click on the primary color value, which is a white-like font color, and click on primary and copy paste the value. Make sure you don't have any extra characters in here. Okay, now it's set. Now the secondary, copy it over. And I'd zoom in a bit, it's easier for you. Also for the text value, copy it over. And the accent color, which is my red, I put it here, and we are done. And now please press update. Good. Now go click the back icon and switch to global fonts. Now scroll down here in the Google Doc. As you can see, I have the values here. So for primary, select spectral and a font weight of 800. Weight is like the thickness. It's different levels of bold. So 800 and an EM value of 5. What this means, I will explain it in a minute. Now go to the secondary. Give it also the spectral font. And also an EM value of 3.75 and a weight of 600. Good. And then we have text. I called it body text, so you can click next to text and then you can edit it and call it body text. And again, switch the font. This time we switch to color. Choose color. A font weight of 400 is already set and an EM value of 1. The next one is the accent. So accent setting, font settings, you click again on font family, choose color. And for the font weight, choose 600 and an EM value of 1. And now we need to add a different style which is not present. You click on Add Style, click here to edit the new item text and switch it to lead text. Click on Edit, font family is color, and the weight is default, EM is 1.5. And one more, which is the content headline. Content headline, and choose spectral and an EM value of 1.5 and 600 of weight. Good. These are the values we will work with. Now click on Update and go back. And this is an important step, please follow along. And click on Typography settings. And in here we change just one value. So we want to change, so we need to tell Elementor what is 1 EM. And 1 EM is, you click, so under body, click on Typography on this edit icon and click on pixel value and set it to 16 pixel. And EM is always a representation of your basic font size. So if you have now 1 EM and 1 EM represents 16 pixels. If you later on you want to decide to change all the font sizes on your site, you could play around with this value and 1 EM. So if you have a pixel value here of 20 pixel and you have 2 EM setting somewhere, it would then mean that the copy is displayed as 40 pixel. I hope you get that. So this pixel value is taken for all the global font settings. Now let it with 16 pixel and click on Update. And now you have set all the basic values that are necessary to build our example page. Now you might be confused. You changed a lot of settings, but you don't see any changes because you're working on an empty page. To give you a quick teaser of what these settings can do for you later on, let's take a look at the site we will build from scratch. So I click on the site I already built in Edit in Elementor, and I will quickly demonstrate what it means changing global values. So you can see here this header area or the hero area of my page. There's a heading, an image, lead text, we have the services boxes, a lot of red. So if I now go to site settings, global colors, and let's say, okay, I made a wrong decision with this red, or I won't change it. I want to change it a little bit. I can click here and move around. And as you can see, everywhere on the page where I have used this red, it is now changed. This is a powerful setting. Again, remember, this is very powerful. And of course, this doesn't apply only to colors. I could also later on decide my fonts should change. So I'm not a marketing agency and I want to use a font that is nerdier. Let's say, I don't know, is there some sort of courier? This is a nerdy font. Now I switched the primary font on my site completely. I also will do this for my secondary font. Let's courier. Now you can see the font is changed everywhere. Again, this is why you need to understand the concept of global colors and global fonts. But we will now start building our website from scratch. I will not save this, of course, discard. And in the next lesson, we will now finally start building the website that you can see here from scratch by adding section by section and applying all the values.